Yep, that's me. I'm almost there. Ah, launch meeting, open Zoom meetings, open. Start that recording. We're just gonna do we need a chair and a mat today, a stretching strap at the end. Um, and we should be good.
Okay.
This. And I'm gonna put y'all on mute so my camera doesn't flip around. And if anybody wants to come in, I'm gonna put the dinger on. There, okay. Just find ourselves sitting in our chair, being nice and comfortable. We're not using the back of our chair. We're gonna kind of sit in a mountain pose, so we're gonna have our shoulders right over your hips, keeping those feet right under your knees. And let's just start real simple right now and work on that breathing. So as you inhale, push out on that lower belly, let it extend out, get a full lung of air, and then using that belly, blow all that air out. Try and get even the bottom of those lungs, get the air out of there. Nice deep breath in, and so when we're doing this deep breathing, we're kind of centering your body and bringing out of the head and bringing it back down to the legs and forming it into the belly. My goodness, got people coming in. Oh, here comes Ann and Rick. Something happened. I thought they were in. Keep that breathing going. Nice deep breath. Out, pushing out the belly. Start getting a focus on you, not on all the other stuff that's going on. As you exhale, feel how your body kind of settles in. On this next inhalation, we're going to bring our arms all the way up, keeping the hands shoulder width apart. We're reaching up to that ceiling, nice big stretch, feeling it stretch from the hips through those shoulders, all the way up. I don't know why he's getting in. All the way up through those armpits, into the ceiling. Now bring those arms all the way over. So you're bringing over either side, getting the hips on the chair, reaching that arm across. So you're getting those ribs opening up. Exhale, bring those arms down. We're just going to let the shoulders drop away from those ears. Reaching down to the ground with your hands. Inhale, come on up. Reach up to the ceiling, nice and tall. And over to the other side. We're keeping that hip on the ground. We're feeling that stretch from the armpit all the way into the hip. Big extension. Come back to the middle and down. Let those arms drop. We're shutting those shoulders away from the ears. Feeling that back nice and tall. Go ahead and let those hands rest on your thighs. Then look over your left shoulder. Keep it so you're just working that around the neck. Keeping the shoulders pointed forward. Just the neck for right now. Inhale, exhale, and bring it back to the center. On your next breath, look over that right shoulder. Get that stretch from the bottom of your ear all the way into your neck and your collarbone, your shoulder. Feeling how that stretches out. And exhale, bring it back to the middle. Now we're going to drop our head down, ear to the shoulder. So we're getting a little different neck stretch. I'm doing my right one first, but that's okay. Doesn't matter, we got both sides. Just let the head as a weight, as a counterweight to that sternocleidomastoid muscle. Breathing in, breathing out. Go ahead and drop that chin down to the chest. Stretching out the back of your neck. It's a gentle stretch. We're not trying to force. We just want to kind of like gravity, do some work here. Breathing in, breathing out, let it relax. And roll that neck back up, keeping that head right on top of your shoulders. And drop the ear down to the other side, getting that nice stretch. Big breath in, blow it out. One more time. And bring that head back to the middle. You're going to reach up with those arms. Grab your fingers together and lift those shoulders up away from your hips. Nice and long through that spine, lower back. And exhale, rotate. We're going to rotate to that left side. Put your right hand outside that left knee. Grab the back of your chair and rotating around your spine, try to be tall. Try to look behind you, see what's back there. Still breathing through that belly. One more time. And release that stretch, come back to your middle. Adjust as you need to, when you need to. Inhale, arms up. One more time with that, clasping the hands, big stretch. Working those shoulders, opening them up. Breathe in, breathe out, relax, rotate down to the other side. So my left arm's outside my right knee. I'm looking behind me, getting that nice stretch around my spine. Feeling that lower back relax. And then release. All right, give me a good weight, distance between your feet. You're going to reach straight up, nice and tall. And I want you then to reach out in front of you, all the way through from that lower back, and then drop your hands on the ground or on a pillow, a block. But I want you to reach out and down, not just down. So you're getting that low back to kind of pull away from the sacrum. Side to hot side, stretch a little bit here, just to kind of work it out. Breathing in, breathing out. Let it relax. And then breathe in, go ahead and roll your shoulders back up, stack them right above your hips. And relax and breathe. There we go. Go ahead and stick out that left leg. I want you to be on the edge of your seat. Point those toes up to the ceiling. So you're getting a little flexion into that ankle. And then go ahead, using your right arm to support on your right leg, go ahead and reach as far down that leg as you can. Try to get to the ankle or the top of your shoe. We're stretching a little bit of a hamstring. If you're comfortable there and you don't feel insecure, go ahead and drop that hand down. So we're bringing that chest down as close to that thigh as you can. Now go ahead and point your toe down to the ground and then bring it back up. Point it down, bring it up, get that ankle flexion. We're getting some calf stretch. Might be just a simple stretch right now. Go ahead and bend that leg, bring it in, and roll yourself back up. We're going to take that same leg and I'm going to have you grab underneath the knee and bring it up to your chest. Sitting up nice and tall, right? Getting that hip. And then we're going to go ahead and drop it over the other leg. Still sitting up nice and tall. Let that leg drop down if you can. Right, so now we're getting some outside hip stretch. Lift those shoulders up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your chest forward just a little bit. So we're dropping I'm trying to get my shoulders over that shin. Nice and long. Not just down, but out. Bring it out and then down. Breathe in deep. Exhale deep. Let it relax on that exhale. Breathe in deep. Exhale deep. One more time. Roll your back up, stack it up nice and tall, and release that leg down to the ground. Go ahead and roll it around a little bit. You might need to, got a little tight there from all that stretching. Other leg, stick it out there. Remember, you're on the edge of your seat. We're using that opposite leg, opposite arm for support. I'm just going to have you reach as far down that leg as you can. Exhale and let that low back, hamstring stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Eventually, maybe you'll get to the ground with those hands. Trying to keep the toe pointed up right now. Feel that stretch. It should come all the way up from the heel, all the way to the back of the knee, from the back of the knee all the way into the lower butt area. Go ahead and point your toe, flex it, point, give you that nice flexion. You're going to feel that when you flex that foot, point the toes up, you're feeling a little more calf stretch on it. One more time. Bend that leg. And then use your leg to get all the way back up. Nice and tall. Sit with those shoulders up, away from the hips. Grab that knee and bring that leg into your chest. Sit up tall. And then drop that leg over the other. As you can see with me, one side's a little tighter than the other. Unless we really work at it, that's pretty normal. Reach up with those shoulders sitting up tall. Feel how that's already stretching that hip. And then go ahead and pull your chest forward, out, and then down. I'm feeling it right here, all in that low back, hip. I'm trying to gently push down on that knee so I'm getting a little more adductor stretch inside of your leg. As you exhale, try to relax that area that's tight and allow it to stretch a little bit more. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back up. Drop that foot down to the ground. Play with that leg a little bit, let it rotate a little bit. We're going to move ourselves, rotate around. One butt cheeks off the grip off the chair. We're going to hold on to that chair, lean forward on that knee, and stick that foot back behind you. I would like to see your toes pointed back so you're getting that shin. And then as you feel comfortable, go ahead and push off of that leg, get your shoulders right over your hips. Now the farther back you stick that leg, right, the more stretch you're getting. Some of you might be here getting that stretch, and that's fine. So whatever works for you. You should feel it right over that hip, all the way going around that front of your thigh. Again, breathing in, breathing out. Shoulders tall, through that belly. One more nice deep breath. And exhale, let that chest drop forward. Pull that leg through. Come back to the middle. At the other side. Feel like a little uneven right now? Bring it around. Drop that chest forward, using that leg to lean on. Stick that leg back there. And then slowly bring your chest up. Open up that hip. Try to get those shoulders nice and tall. Open up that belly. Feel how your belly is pushing out as you breathe in. One more nice deep breath. Exhale, drop those shoulders down, pull that leg through. Come on back to the middle. Kind of take an assessment, where are we now? We feeling good, the shoulders should be getting a little looser, the hips a little bit looser. You get the rhythm of your breathing. I want you to start to feel your feet. They should be your knees should be right over your heels. Feel your toes pushed into the ground, right? Feel how when you push your toes in, your arches come up. Now push your arches into the ground. And then one more time, push the toes into the ground. And we're going to push the arches in. Take a nice deep breath in, blow it out, and lift those shoulders up. Fancy how I did that, huh? All right, we're up. We're moving. I'm going to have you do a couple more of the same stretches we did on the chair, but have them do them standing. So I'm going to have you breathe in and reach up nice and tall. Clasp those fingers together and reach up to the ceiling, nice and tall. From there, we're going to drop our shoulders over to that right side and then push your hips over to the left side. Get that nice long stretch all the way from that armpit through that hip to the knee. Big breath. Exhale. Drop the hands down. Roll them all the way around and give yourself that nice hug. Trying to pull those shoulder blades away from the spine. Big breath in. Exhale. Come on up. Grab those hands all the way up to the ceiling. Shoulders to the left. Feel that ribs open up. And then, if you can, push those right hips out. Get that nice bow. Exhale, come back. Drop it down. Other hand on top. Give yourself that big hug. Feel those shoulders pull away from the spine. And come on back down. So as we were doing the stretch, you were feeling your weight shift, right? You were pushing those hips out, so more of the weight was on the leg, that the hips were going out. So you kind of felt that body shifting, and that was all around that belly, right? It's all around that belly button, that center of mass. So I'm going to have you come all the way up on your toes, nice and tall. Right? Get the bottom of your feet strong to hold yourself up. And then drop yourself back down to your heels and pick up your toes. One more time, come all the way up, right? Feel how your hips have to start to engage to feel that balance on the toes. We think about our calves and our doing all the work, but it's really that whole lower body. Drop it down, toes up. And then we're going to push our feet down into the ground so you're feeling a nice solid platform. You know, lift those shoulders up nice and tall. Lift, stretch through the ribs to the hips. I'm going to have you shift your weight to that left foot and pick up your right. Nice and tall. Finding that balance, finding that equilibrium. If you're still unsure, that chair is there for you. We're going to open up and we're going to close. Open it up. We're going to close. One more time, lift that leg, open up. We're going to close. I'm going to have you have that chair nearby for this next one. Right? So we're in that nice tall position. Open up, close, and then forward to our nice hamstring plank. And then come back up, right around that hip, lift that leg. Oof. I am challenging you guys. One more time. Kick it back. Push that heel back, keeping those shoulders tall, right? Keep that space between your hips and your ribs. Rotate around that hip and come up. Relax. That was championship balance right there, you guys. Very nice. We got the other side. Set it up, right? Bottom of your ribs and your hips, hip bone. Get them as far apart from each other as you can. That brings that belly in. Your shoulders are up. Shifting that weight to the other foot, my right. And I'm lifting up. I'm finding that balance. Breathe. Open up. Close it off. Open up. Close it off. Lift those shoulders. Push that heel all the way back. Chair's there for balance. Nice and long. Come on forward. Lift that leg. You've got this. Find that balance. Push it back. Nice and long. And then come on back. Up. And drop it in. All right. How are we doing? Good? I hope. That was challenging. If you didn't do it perfect, that's okay. I didn't do it perfect. All right. What we're going to do today is a little bit of our, we're going to do sun salutations. And I'm going to have you hold each position for 2 deep breaths. So we're going to focus on our breathing, and we're going to work on some isometric strength. So we're doing it modified. We're doing it on the chair. If you feel comfortable doing it onto the ground, you can do that as well. Okay? So we're going to start facing our chair. We're going to lift our arms up, get that nice big stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, and drop those hips down and back. We're going into a chair position. So we're sitting as in a chair. Our knees are behind our toes. Our arms are straight out from our shoulders. Big breath. One more. And down into a forward fold. So you're on your chair, straightening out those knees. Pushing those hips back just a little bit, getting that nice stretch. You're going to walk your feet out. Drop your hips down to a plank. So that nice straight line. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push to a downward dog. Basically a forward fold, but with a wider base. We're stepping up with our left foot between your hands. Feet are facing each other, so parallel. Shift your weight to that front leg. Come up. Forward lunge. Get that nice stretch. We're trying to drive that back heel into the ground. Deep breath in. Breath out. Relax, come on forward, drop those hands down, bring it back to that plank. Remember, 2 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. We're going to shift our gaze up in front of us, dropping those hips just a little bit, getting a stretch. Be careful on this one. And then push your hips back up into that downward dog. Nice and easy. Shoulders here. Step that right foot between your hands. Shift your knee over your heel. Adjust as needed, right? Weights on that front leg. Push off that front leg. Bring your arms up, feel that stretch. Drive that back heel into the ground. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring it back down to a plank. Feel those shoulders in line with your hips. Give me that deep breath in, breath out. One more. Push it up. Oh, sorry, to upward facing. Look in front of you. Breathe in, breathe out. Drive your hips up into that downward dog. Oof. Walk your feet up. Bring your forward fold. From here, we're going to drop your hips down and back. Bring your hands off that chair. Give me that nice deep breath in. Out. In. Out. And come on up and relax. Shoulders right over your hips, nice and tall. Woo! I'm taking off my jacket. I'm getting warm. How are we feeling? Moving good. Haven't lost you yet, have I? All right. This is kind of a repetitive workout, but now you can kind of see what we're doing. We did that for 2 breaths. We're going to jump to 5 breaths. So it's basically an isometric hold. So it's a strength workout and a flexibility workout. So work on, as you're breathing, work on the parts that you're feeling that are tight, kind of focus on them and try and get them to relax as you're stretching. Okay? All right. Bringing those feet together, facing that chair. Bring those arms up nice and tall, reach for that ceiling, and drop those hips down and back. Here we are in our chair position. I'd love for your chest to be up so I can see your heart. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. More deep breath in. And go to your forward fold. Onto your chair, pushing those hips up. Let those that upper body dangle. You've got 5 breaths. Hamstrings are getting a nice stretch here. One more breath. Walk it back. Feet back. Drop those hips down. We're into a nice plank. Shoulders are right underneath over your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Are we in a straight line? Breathe in. Last nice deep breath in. Blow it out. Push yourself up into that downward dog. We're staying there. 5 breaths. Feeling those shoulders get the workout. Head dangling. Nice stretch on that back. We're going to pick up that left foot. Step it through to your hands, between your hands. Shift your weight to that front leg. And push yourself straight up into that nice lunge position. The lower we can get in that lunge, the more work your legs are getting. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Drop your hands down to your chair. Step that left foot back into your nice plank position. Keep that head in line with your spine. Your belly's pulled in nice and flat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You got this. One more time. We're going to our upward facing. So change your gaze, drop your hips just a little bit, get that nice stretch. Shoulders are getting a workout. One more breath. Bring your hips up into that downward dog. Hold in that position. Feeling those shoulders, they're a little bit more relaxed. You're going to drop your hips back in that downward dog. Feeling those shoulders stretch. Bring your right foot up. Step it between your hands. Shoot that weight to the knees right over the heel. And push up. Nice and strong. Arms all the way up to that ceiling. We're trying to get a nice low lunge. Breathing in. Breathing out. Settle those hips down. We got this. Last breath, blow it out, drop those hands back down in the chair. Step that right foot back. We're back into our nice plank position. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Change your gaze to an upward facing. Letting that front side stretch. You're still really working that core. Keep that belly tight. And push it back up into that downward dog. One more breath in. Walk it up. Now in your forward fold, go ahead and let that chest drop just a little bit farther. Low back stretch, hamstring stretch. If you want to let go of your chair and let those arms relax, you'll get a deeper stretch. One more deep breath in. Blow it out. Drop those hips down. Come on up with those arms into your nice chair pose. Squeezing those knees together, toes are together. Breathing in through the belly, out. Nice and strong. Last one. Come on up and relax. Find your balance. Find your nice balance. Let that head relax a little bit. Whew. How we doing? I'm going to check in here. I think I need to see how we're doing. We doing okay? Doing good, Bill? I think that's Bill. All right. All right. Just want to be good with you. Ooh. Feeling a big stretch. I'm feeling a little, legs are getting a workout in here. So I want to make sure you're all okay. We have one more. We're going to do the short one again. So this one's going to move a little bit faster. We did it slow. This one's going to be more movement, more flow. All right. Facing that chair. Nice and tall. We're doing what we can, right? So this one's going to be quicker, so you can get a little deeper on those movements so you don't have to hold them so long. All right. Let's work on that breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Arms come up. On the exhale, drop those hips down into that nice chair. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Forward fold into that chair. Drive those hips back and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step it back to your plank. Breathe in, breathe out, one more. Step that left foot up, push off that left. Nice and tall, give me those deep breaths. Drop it down, step it back to plank. 2 deep breaths. Change your gaze to an upward facing, open that chest. 2 deep breaths. Push it back to downward dog. Step the right foot forward. Shift your weight. Push up. Nice and tall. Be low with those hips. You've got it. Drop it into your back to the chair, into your plank, sorry. Hold that plank, 2 deep breaths. Change your gaze, upward facing. Push your hips back. Downward dog, walk your feet up. Let go of that chair, drop those hips, make your chair. Nice and long arms, belly in flat, head in line with spine. And then drop your arms forward for that nice forward fold, letting your chest drop down to the ground, keeping those knees nice and straight. And now from here, we're going to walk our feet back into a ground plank, nice and flat. I know, where did that come from? Keep it nice and flat, belly in. If you need to be on your knees, I'm okay with that. One more deep breath in, blow it out. We're going to drop those knees down, push your hips back, a nice child pose, and let your body relax into this pose. And bring your forehead down to the ground, let that back round, let the armpits stretch a little bit. And come back up into your tabletop position where your hands are right underneath your shoulders, your knees are right underneath your hips. And push your mid back up to the ceiling, give yourself that nice upper back stretch. Chin to chest, and then the complete opposite. Let that back round, open up your chest. And up. Doing cat-cows. Stretch those shoulder blades away. And then roll it through. And then bring it back to your nice tabletop position. Do a little bit more core work here. We're going to bring out that right arm and that left leg and feel it stretch. So the heel is pushing to one wall and the hands pushing to the other. Keep it nice and strong. If you want more of a challenge, open the hand and the leg to the side and bring it back. Keep that breathing going. And bring it to home. Push those hips back. Let those knees open just a little bit. Let that low back stretch. It feels so good on that low back and your sides. Push yourself up to that quadruped position. We're going to have room. All right, the left arm and the left legs turn, push out. Feel that back, nice and flat, that leg straightening out, the heel driving to the wall. And you're reaching all the way in front of you with that left arm. Your belly's nice and tight, keeping it stretched. Breathe in, open it up if you need to, get more challenge out of this, right? Get that movement, make that belly work. One more time. And bring it into home. Drop your heels back. Feeling like we need to stretch. You do like a cat. Just kind of walk your hands out. Ooh. Breathe. Come up. I'm going to have you thread your feet through. So you're going to drop off to one hip. And come into our seated position. rid of my box here. All right. Roll those shoulders, feel where you're at with them. Our feet are on the ground. So you get a little bit of a stretch right here in the front maybe. You're holding on to those knees, the fronts of your knees. And look at how rounded I am right now. I'm gonna roll those shoulders open, right? Let those arms relax. So now I've got a nice straight line. My shoulders to my hip to my knee, and from my knees to my feet. Right? It's like a little W. I'm keeping that belly nice and tight. I want to grow my shoulders. I want to be taller from my hips through my shoulders. And I'm releasing those hands. Palms up, chest tall. Here we go. I'm going to drop it down 2 inches to the ground and then come on back up. Drop it down. Come on up. Your belly's nice and tight. Drop it down. Come on. Drop. Come on up. One more. Drop it down. Come on up. Hold nice and tall. Feel those shoulders grow. And relax. Sit up tall. Grab those knees. We got this. Feet are on the ground. Right? Keep them nice and planted. Like, drop those shoulders, straighten them out, lift them away from your hips. Let go of those hands. Palms up. Keep those shoulders nice and strong. I'm going to lift my left. Drop it down. Lift my right. Drop it down. Feel how your body's adjusting. Lift it up. Drop it down. Lift it up. Drop it down. Here we go. Challenge move. We got this. Belly's tight. Lift those shoulders. Feet, feet off the ground. Find it, find it. Yes, there you are. Nice and strong. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Excellent. Whew. That was a little bit of a chopper to our forward. Here we go. We're going to be nice and tall. Grab those knees and gently roll your vertebrae down to the ground one at a time. Control and relax. I'm going to have you reach up over your head with your arms and reach those legs out nice and long. Deep breath in and relax. One more nice deep stretch. Go ahead and bring your arms down to sides. We're going to bring our right leg up. So this can be done with a bent knee or with a straight leg. We're going to do circles. So you're imagining you have a pencil on the bottom of your heel. You're keeping your hips pushed into the ground, right? Belly is nice and tight and flat, pushing that back into the ground. We're going to bring the foot across your body. You're going to bring the foot up to your nose and then out. All while you're keeping those hips firm on the mat. Right? So you're making that circle. It's that hip bone moving in its joint. And all the time, your body, your lower pelvic region is having to contract to keep the rest of your body on the ground. So you're using your leg as the weight. That's why if we bend it, it's not as big of a weight. Well, we don't feel it as much. Feel the control in those hips. The smaller the circle, the easier it is to control. Give me 3 more. 2. Last one. And change directions. I'm going counterclockwise now. I'm still drawing my circles. Try and make them a circle, not an oblong or an egg. Nice and controlled. 2 more. I'm bracing my whole core section. I feel it all the way up to my ribs. And drop that knee into your chest. Go ahead and grab behind your knee and drop that knee into your chest. Feeling that nice pull on that lower back. So you're getting a stretch. Roll that ankle. And let it come back down to the ground. You know we're not done. Bend the left. Feel how those hips plant into the ground, right? Feel the impression that the back of your hip bones is making into your mat. Go ahead and lift that leg off the ground, either bent or straight. Feel that strap from hip bone to hip bone pull down into the ground. There's a muscle there. Work it. Bring that leg across, up, out, and down. It's all just that ball joint moving inside the joint. Bring it around, nice and simple. Make those circles small. It's whatever your body can do, right? You're getting tired, staying focused. Nice smooth movements. Give me 1 more. And switch directions. Drop it in, out, in, down, out. Keep it smooth, keep it controlled. Give me 1 more. Grab behind both knees, bring those legs into your chest. Go ahead and roll back and forth. Gives your lower back a little massage. Roll those ankles. Go ahead and put those feet on the ground. I'm going to have you have your feet, if you have a mat width apart, or outside of your hips with your feet. I'm going to take both knees and drop both knees down to your left side. Open up those arms so your palms are face up. Chest is, hopefully both shoulders are on the ground. Hopefully both shoulder blades and arms are on the ground. And we're trying to get both knees to touch the ground. So we're getting a nice stretch. Refocus on your breathing. One more nice deep breath in. And bring the legs up. Resituate. When you do the same thing, drop both legs down to that right side. So the feet are in the same spot, shoulders are down. You're feeling that stretch across the chest. Your lower back, some in your side of your thigh. One more deep breath in. And bring those feet back up to the middle. Okay, we're keeping those feet on the ground. I'm going to have you bring your hands up so that your arms make a goalpost. And then I'm going to have you take both hands and reach up over the top of your head. Let your hands meet. I would like you to keep your arms as much on the ground as possible. And then bring those elbows back down, sliding them on the ground. Keep those elbows and tuck them all the way into your waist. Backs on the ground, elbows, shoulders. We're trying to get those hands on the ground. All that flexibility. One more time, slide them up, reach up over the top of your head. This part's a little easier sometimes. And then drop those elbows back all the way down into your waist. Try to feel that stretch. And then bring your hands back up, back into that goal post position. And from here, instead of a goal post, I'm going to have you drop, bring your hands up off the ground, and flip the hands so that the hands are trying to clap the ground, I guess. It's not working so well for me, but I'm getting a stretch inside my shoulder. Just let them hang there. Focus on that breathing. One more time. And go ahead and roll those hands down so your hands are palm face down on the ground. Stretch out those legs. Like you put your hands just over your lower belly. And I want you to feel your breath. So breathe in. Let those hands come up. Exhale. Hands come down. Focus on how that feels. Getting that oxygen all the way deep into your lungs. And then getting all that bad air back out again. And go ahead and give yourself a minute. Think about all the good in your life. Got a nice house. We have time to do classes. We have friends we stay in contact with. And when you're done counting all your blessings, go ahead and bring your knees up. Drop those knees down to the ground, roll onto your side. Use that top hand to push yourself up. Let your body equalize, your breath equalize. My glasses, I can't see anything. Hi there. Eno's up, he's ready. I need to unmute everyone. I still don't know how to do that. Yes. Uh-oh, who did I lose? All right, how we doing?